gray shelter stands over the pass. Wind moves across the high moor beyond the walls. A white lamp glows above the service desk. Nothing needs to be transmitted now. Inside the shelter, the air carries metal, dust, and a faint trace of warm wiring. A steady electrical hum sits behind the panels. No engineer crosses the floor. Near the entry door, a row of orange weather capes hangs from numbered hooks beside a gray locker. Their folds rest in stiff, vertical lines. No hand reaches for them. A pair of heavy boots stands on a ribbed mat below the bench. Dried mud still marks the edges of the soles. No fresh print joins them tonight. Along the first wall, equipment racks rise toward the low ceiling in dark metal frames. Green indicators hold in small, quiet rows. No switch lifts there. At the nearest cabinet, a cooling vent releases one thin thread of warmth into the room. It does not change its pace. No panel door stands open. At the center desk, a relay log lies open under a brass weight beside a capped marker. Times, weather notes, and tower checks fill the page in narrow, dark lines. No new entry appears. A radio handset rests on its cradle by the margin. Its speaker faces the empty chair. No voice enters it now. Beyond the desk, a narrow service aisle runs between the racks and the south wall window. Cable trays continue overhead in straight, dark bands. No footstep passes there. On the outer shelf, spare fuses stand in divided slots beside a torch and a folded inspection card. Boxes fill the card from top to bottom. No fresh mark joins them. From somewhere above, a light touch of wind moves over the antenna housing and fades. Not hard, not long. The electrical hum comes forward again. The lamp keeps its pale circle on the desk. The shelter takes back its quiet. At the west pane, the Moorland road curves through the pass between low stone walls and wet grass darkened by mist. A warning post stands near the bend. One red point glows there. Far below, a stream marks a pale line between black banks and scattered rock. No headlight appears on the road. No cabin lamp answers from the distant slope. Along the inner wall, framed route diagrams show cable runs, repeater links, and emergency power paths in blue and red lines. No finger follows them. No corner curls free. A brass keyring hangs from a hook below the frame. 3 tags face outward in dull metal. No hand lifts them tonight. At the stair rail, yellow paint has worn away where older hands once gripped in winter storms. Bare metal shows through in a narrow shine. No palm closes there now. Below the rail, 4 steps lead toward a battery room beneath the platform floor. Warm air rises from the gap in slow breaths. No boot goes down. Near the service shelf, sealed packets of connectors rest beside a coil of black cable and a tin of screws. Their edges make small, dark shapes under the lamp. is taken down. A short enamel mug waits at the corner of the shelf beside a folded cloth. One pale ring shows at the bottom. No steam rises there. Outside the north pane, the transmitter mast rises above the shelter roof into mist and dark air. Tiny warning lights climb the steel in measured gaps. No second mast answers it. Far above, cloud moves across a thin break in the sky and covers one star. The high dark remains. Nothing else changes there. Near the maintenance bench, stacked signal flags wait beside sealed batteries and a narrow tool case. Their colors stay folded into quiet blocks. Nothing is taken down. A dented kettle sits near the edge of the bench beside two cups. One cup shows a line of dried tea near the base. No steam rises there. At the eastern wall, two backup units stand below a warning board and a mounted weather radio. White labels sit beneath each dial in even strips. No dial turns there. A plate reads "Auxiliary Power" in black letters on yellow enamel. The enamel catches one hard line of light. No hand reaches there. At the roof seam, rafters cross above the room in a repeating pattern over the lamp glow and quiet machinery. Nothing shakes the frame. No chain drops there. One bolt head near the nearest brace shows bright metal through the paint. It catches a brief glint, then dulls again. Nothing begins. Nothing ends. The relay shelter keeps its late arrangement over the Moorland Pass, small and watchful, while the mast holds its silent height and the road stays empty below. Near the rear door, a folded rain cape hangs from a hook above a copper bucket. The fabric keeps one hard crease. No drop falls there now. At the lower pane, dried salt marks show where older mist once reached the frame during bad weather. The pale trace stands against the dark beyond. No cloth wipes it away tonight. Near the sill, a folded route flag rests beside a marker pen. Its blue stripe shows in the lamp. No hand unfolds it tonight. No stir follows. Below that short stair, the battery room keeps its dim warmth beneath the shelter floor and the moorland dark above. No new sound rises there. No shadow crosses the steps. At the first landing, heat gathers lightly near the wall. The handrail shows worn paint. No boot goes there tonight. Below the main room, the battery room waits between concrete walls and long gray cabinets lined in careful rows. A narrow lamp glows over the first unit. Its light falls in a pale strip. Nothing passes through it. Near the wall, spare leads rest beside sealed cells and a folded route chart. Blue lines mark the relay links farther across the hills. No hand opens it. A rack of insulated tools stands beside two storage crates and a narrow meter with a coiled lead. Their surfaces hold a dull shine. No grip closest there. A plastic box below the rack holds spare bulbs in padded slots. Clear glass, amber glass, red glass, shakes inside them. Through the lower pane, the service road continues from the shelter and bends along the pass above dark heather and stone. Mist has gathered along the outer wall. No wheel cuts through it. A post lamp shines on the wet surface below. Its reflection stretches once across a shallow puddle, then breaks apart. At the service bench, spare connectors lie beside a screwdriver, a coil of thin wire, and a folded cloth. The tool handle shows one pale edge under the lamp. No hand lifts it. A short ledger rests at the corner, with weather notes and voltage checks written in narrow rows. No new line is added tonight. No page turns. From somewhere above, a soft touch of wind moves over the mast housing and then is gone. Not sharp, not long. The low hum returns under it. The lamp keeps its small circle. The room takes back its quiet. Near the inner post, a hook holds a wool cap above a box of spare fuses and sealed batteries. The brim hangs in a soft curve. No shoulder enters it. A pair of ear protectors waits on the lid beside a folded scarf. The band catches one thin line of light. No hand reaches there. At the far ladder, the metal climbs toward a hatch marked Mast Access. The latch stays centered. No one lifts it. Beside the frame, a small clock face glows faintly above a pinned weather slip. The hands sit near midnight. No one checks them now. Along the floor, a grated drain runs toward the dark end of the room beside the outer wall. Damp marks show in pale streaks along the edge. No stream overfills there. A warning plate reads, "High voltage," in black letters on yellow enamel. The border has gone dull. No second notice hangs below it. At the side recess, a cabinet of spare fittings stands beside a folded screen and a sealed tool case. White labels run down the drawer fronts. No drawer opens there. A key tag hangs from the case latch on a bent wire loop. The code has faded at one corner. No hand lifts it tonight. Near the west wall, 3 signal lamps hang beside a route map and a rolled canvas cover tied with twine. Their glass faces stay dark. No reading is taken there. The canvas keeps its stiff shape in the cold. A loose end hangs toward the floor. Nothing pulls it free tonight. Near the north vent, a folded rag rests beside a short iron wrench on the shelf edge. The cloth keeps one dark grease mark near the center. No hand reaches for them tonight. No dust shifts along the shelf. No cable slips from the hooks. Quiet. Back above, the upper shelter keeps its desk lamp, route diagrams, and quiet red point beyond the west pane. The radio there stays silent. The Moorland road stays empty below the mast. One light, then dark grass, then one light again through the mist. At the lower pane, dried marks still show where older weather once reached the frame during long storms. No cloth wipes them clear. No engineer passes there now. The battery room stays warm below the floor. The relay shelter stays watchful above the pass. Morning has not reached the Moorland road yet.